Some things just never seem to end. At this point, I think they just need to rumble. Chris Paul's return to Phoenix ended in the second quarter on Wednesday night after the 12-time All-Star was ejected by his old nemesis, referee Scott Foster. The Golden State Warriors guard and Foster have a long history together, with the point guard complaining about Foster's officiating for nearly a decade. Now Paul says that a years-old issue that involves his son is at least part of the reason for the friction they have. It's personal, Paul said. We had a situation some years ago, and it's personal. The league knows. Everybody knows.
We all know their history, and I done been in games where I done played with Hall of Famers, and they done had a bad history with refs, and refs would actually conversate with them and tolerate their emotions. Right there was like zero tolerance.
It's just a situation with my son. I'm okay with the ref saying whatever. Just don't use a tech to get your point across. Paul didn't want to add any additional details to the situation about his son, though he said it happened when he was with the Los Angeles Lakers, who he played for from 2011 to 2017.
I think Scott just felt like Chris didn't stop, and he kept going, and that's why he gave him the second one. So the first tech, absolutely, but I thought the second one was unnecessary. I mean, everybody gets frustrated out there, and but that's up to the official.
The 38-year-old Chris Paul, playing in Phoenix for the first time since being traded from the Suns during the offseason, was ejected with 23.2 seconds left in the second quarter after a long discussion with Foster, which led to his first technical foul. Foster walked away, but Paul kept yelling, and the referee quickly turned around to give the point guard another technical, which caused the ejection. Now, the Warriors were already without Draymond Green, who was recently suspended 5 games by the NBA after grabbing Rudy Gobert around the neck. I don't think Chris Paul deserved to be ejected, Warriors coach Steve Kerr said. The first tech, absolutely, but I thought the second one was just unnecessary. Everybody gets frustrated out there, but that's just up to the officials. Coach Kerr also got a technical foul by Foster. Chris Paul's overall record when Foster has reffed in the games he played is 3-17. This animosity between the two started when Paul first joined the Clippers, who he played for from 2011 to 2017. But it definitely wasn't the first time Chris Paul and Scott Foster have gotten into it, as Paul stated in his comments. He just never fails, Paul said, after a regular season game in 2018, during which he received a technical foul from Foster. Me personally, I feel like Scott Foster has it out for Chris Paul. I don't know what's going on, I don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, but I feel like at the end of the day, he keeps trying to have it out for him every time. Look at the record. The record's 3-17 with him reffing against Chris Paul. I hope one day they can solve their problems and move forward, because if you're 3-17, that's just not right. How are you 3-17 every time you play? That's horrible. But then again, you got to look at Scott Foster's side. Scott Foster was walking away. As Chris Paul kept talking and talking and talking, he got a tech. As he should. I feel like I said, but I feel like that second tech was just unnecessary. There was no need for that. There was no need to eject him. I feel like that right there is basically telling us without telling us that he has secret animosity for Chris Paul. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know down below. I'll catch y'all in the next video.